Run up a bag, run up a bag, hey. Run up a bag, run up a bag, hey. I got the cash, I got the cash, hey. Run up a bag, run up a bag, hey.
Videos with my main man, Corey. Say hi.
Coreyockk is in the building. AfterCash. Hello, worthy lifestylers. How y'all doing?
Let them know your full name and what you do.
Well, I go by the name of, well, my first name is Corey, Coreyockk, and I'm a rap artist from out of Delaware County area, 610. Stand up. I rep the 6 now. I call it the 6. I nicknamed it the 6.
He's really from the 215.
But I'm really from the 215 for the people, for the day ones, the sandboxers, I like to call them. But yeah, I'm just a rap artist from out of the Delaware County. I've been rapping now for about 5 years, I think. Yeah, going on 5 years. I had a good run in the beginning. I was 19. And then I stopped rapping completely for about 3 years, about 2 years, or however many years it adds up to 5. And I just was working on myself, things like that. I went and graduated college. Mainly because I just felt like it was important. You know what I mean? I felt like it was really important for my mom. She wanted that a lot. So I went to school, got my degree.
Today. You feel like it was necessary?
Yeah, I feel like college was necessary, definitely, because it taught me a lot of responsibility. I wasn't one of them kids who grew up and cut school a lot and did a lot of things. I just went to school. You know, my family looked out. I did the right thing. I would get looked out for. So, you know, so I went to school and stuff. And then when I got to college, I had so much freedom. Nobody could tell me what to do, I felt like. So my first couple semesters, I was skipping school, you know, just doing other things. And I got real bad grades. And then my pop and my mom talked to me, and they just told me, like, how you feel now after doing all of those things? You know, like, how do you feel? You feel good about yourself, you know? And I didn't. So I just buckled down and just graduated. And yeah, that's how I felt about college. I feel like it's very important.
It sounds like you took the time out to kind of become the best version of you, so that you can ultimately go do what you wanted to do, would be your rap career.
Yeah, for sure. You know, being a rapper at that age, you know, if you're taking it serious, you really feel like somebody to your peers. You feel like somebody to your little community. You feel like, damn, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You see my video, you see me, you know, so it goes to your head, you know. But if you stay focused on your personal life, then you can be the artist that you really want to be. You can put the money behind yourself, and you can brand yourself in a way that people will like. So, yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's dope. What about your record label?
Oh, record label.
Yes.
Yeah, it's officially a record label now. Just ending in the 2018 year. I felt it was important. You know what I mean? It didn't take a lot, actually. Like, just learning the business of how you know, obtain money through your music was what really I was interested in. So I studied up on it and talked with my family. I always mention my family because those are the people. Those are my lawyers. Those are my, like, whatever we're gonna do. We all make sure it's a good plan, and then we execute it. So with the label, it was just like trying to figure out different things and business affairs to make it an official label, or however it works, and start getting the train moving a little bit. So now, AfterCash Records it is, you know, we on all the major music platforms, you know, and it feels good. It feels good to be able to promote yourself and be like, hey, you can help me make a couple dollars off this thing, you know. So
and have your own business.
For sure, yeah.
And something to give to your kids.
I feel like I'm an entrepreneur now, yeah. I feel like I'm an entrepreneur because I own the product that I'm putting out, you know, so it makes sense.
How did you come up with AfterCash Records?
AfterCash Records, the records is also a new addition. If you find any of my old stuff, a lot of it is not really there on YouTube due to me having accounts with other, videographers and things like that. They post it on their channel. You know, they don't have their channel. Whatever happened, it's not. Some of it's not there. But you would just see AfterCash. You know, you wouldn't see AfterCash Records because I didn't know what I was really going to do with the whole brand. I just knew it was the name of my first little mixtape that I ever dropped, which did really good. In hindsight, it did really good. But, you know, and I just felt like it was a brand, something that belonged to me, and I was in a little rap group at the time. So when I was in a rap group, kind of had to operate under their standards, you know,
Right.
Being a team
Right.
player, you know.
Right, exactly.
So I added the records to it. Once I grew and became confident more in my music, I was like, damn, this is something I feel like I can push. So AfterCash Records, man, that's what it is.
What? Tell us a little bit about your background, like where you're from, like how your life was growing up and your family.
Okay, that's easy. I'm from the Mount Airy area. I grew up in Uptown. I had what they call an open door house policy in Mount Airy, where like we was the neighborhood house that everybody the door was open, everybody was always in there. You know what I mean? I had an older brother and an older sister at the time, and I was the baby. So I grew up like that. Always had my mom and my dad in my life. That's what I always will remember from my childhood. I always had them too. Whatever the environment got crazy, whatever happened, they were always there to shield me. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I grew up. Yeah. I went through a couple little trials and tribulations growing up into like my 11, 12-year-old stage. I had a bone disease when I was born, and it was called rickets. It's known now, but at the time, no one really knew what was wrong with me. You know, you can take my shirt off too rough, and my arm might break. You know what I mean? So, you know, it ended up getting me taken away from my family for a short period of time, just in the strength of the courts feeling like, what are y'all doing to this little boy? You know what I mean? And then my grandmom helped and actually took me in, and then my family originally got me back and everything like that. So, you know, that was rough. And then probably around 8, I got hit by a truck. Yeah, I got hit by a truck in Mount Airy on my block.
What?
Running up and down the street, just playing with my friends. Car came, hit me. So that was bad. You know, yeah, that was real bad, yeah, because I was in the hospital for a long time. I beat that, then we moved to Norristown. Okay. And that was where I kind of grew up into my like 10, 11, 12-year-old stage, and I had a lot of friends out there, but my mom wanted to just change locations. We were living in a 2-bedroom apartment. It made sense with me and my brother. My sister was older at the time, so it made sense, but she just wanted more, so she wanted a house. And then we relocated to the 610, the Delaware County area that I'm from now, you know, and I've been there ever since. So. Okay.
I see why you left it.
Oh, and also, I'm sorry. Also, in 2012, when I moved to Delaware County, my first year in college, I kept throwing up. I would have these different things. I called them attacks. I would throw up a lot, things like that for hours. But then, after it was over, months might go by and I'd be fine. You know what I mean? I'd be cool. But it kept happening. And then I went to the hospital. They ended up running a scan and they seen a cyst in my stomach. So the cyst needed to be removed. It was a 3-surgery procedure. I lost 65 pounds. I was in the hospital for 6 months. I had 56 staples, I think, going across my stomach. I couldn't walk for 3 months, so it was a tough time, you know. But beat that, graduated, and then I'm rapping it.
How did you continue to keep your mental healthy through that process? Because you said you couldn't walk, you couldn't go anywhere. Family support.
The family. Yeah. Literally, in the hospital, they moved me to a bigger room because my family. You know what I mean? That was all I kept telling them. Like, yo, but it's not enough room. I need my brother. I need everybody being here with me to get through this shit. You know, so that was my mom really fighting for me on the outside when I was in the bed and stuff. But that was the plan. And then they ended up getting me a bigger room. And then my mom they put a bed in there and she was able to stay with me for this whole 6 months. She stayed with me every night, 6 months straight almost. So it was good. Yeah, it was good having them, and that's what kept me mentally. That Netflix. I watched a lot of Netflix. I watched a lot of shows that I don't know, just shit that was interesting to me, just trying to keep my mind off it, you know. And I had a lot of support in that time. You know, my friends were showing up. They was bringing fruit. They was bringing things. I'm like, where y'all get money from? Because like we always broke. Like you know. But it was really good. It was really good. It was really good having that support. So that's how I got through that mentally, I would say.
So So with your rap career and your record label, what was your why or inspiration in creating that or becoming, a rapper, entertainer?
Yeah. Well, my first inspiration was my brother. Just him always being in the basement rapping and shit, just doing things like that. He actually had made a track one day, and he brought it home on a little tape player. And I learned this whole rap, and I used to spit it to my friends, like, yeah, that's me, like, you know what I mean? That's my shit, like that. And that was kind of my love for music. And then when I got older, probably like 14, I noticed that I had a different taste in music at that time. Like, people like this, and I like that. So I was like, damn, maybe, and then they would try to tell me I'm crazy. You like Kanye West, he's a weirdo. He got a backpack on with a polo shirt with his collar up, and I used to be like, but he him, I like him. I like his music, I like his message, stuff like that. So that's what made me say, like, maybe they crazy and I'm not, which is like an artist trait. I felt like damn, well, if everybody telling me Kanye a weirdo and I'm just like, nah, maybe I can do something with music. So Otis came out with him and Jay-Z, and me and my friend both did it. And in high school, our friend to the public in there, they was like, "Yo, that's so hot." So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna just rap while I do other things, but I'm gonna rap." So that's what happened. Yeah. And that was my why, I guess.
Right. Where do you see yourself or your record label in the next 5 years?
Well, I look at it like this. It's a marathon. You know what I mean? It's a marathon in the music industry. Even when you think you won, there's still a height that you can reach. So in 5 years, I just feel like if I'm making a good enough profit off my music, meaning that people believe in me enough to spend their money with me and purchase my product and purchase my merch and purchase these things, I still have a reason to be in this game chasing my goal. You know what I mean? But if in 5 years I'm still standstill, it's like, I think I have to move on and do other things, you know what I mean? So in 5 years, I hope to be at least making a substantial amount of money off my music, connecting with my fans, doing big shows, consistency in my performances and my appearances, and getting invited here, doing interviews and putting in the work. I think if I'm well off, I'll keep it going and try to get to the top.
When did you know that you were worthy and capable of achieving anything you put your mind to?
After 2012. Yeah. After I beat that and I got home and I was able to, like I still couldn't really walk and stuff like that, and I was able to push myself past all that pain, all that anger, because I missed my birthday and my party was supposed to be popping and my friends here. And at that time I was rapping. So people, I was in a rap group, people was doing, my friends, they doing shows without me. I'm just like, man, like, I'm just here. You know what I mean? That was when I kind of just said to myself, if I can get through this, I can get through anything. Anything. So after that, I never really said I can't do nothing. I just felt like I can do it. If I just continue to put my mind to it. Pretty much everything that I put my mind to in my life personally, I feel like I've achieved. I wanted to get my little college degree. It meant so much to me, but it meant so much to my family. And that's who lies in my heart, in my mind, in my heart, So that's what really just was like, I can do this shit. And I'm going to give it my best job. I'm going to do the best I can. So, yeah, that's how I'm going to try to tell my daughter. You know what I mean? Try to tell her when she get here, anything you want to do it. Because I'm behind you. So, yeah.
Do you find it a struggle being a rapper in Philly? Especially an independent rapper in the Philadelphia area?
Yes, I do find it a struggle being a rapper in the Philly area.
What has been the hardest thing about it?
The flood of artists. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, right now the music scene.
It's a lot. Even with big artists, like people, like let's take Meek Mill. People might say Meek Mill, he don't reach out to artists and stuff. It's so many, you don't know who he reaching out to. We don't know who he. You know what I mean? It's so many artists. So I just feel like it's, you gotta find a way to separate yourself, because everybody got a SoundCloud and everybody can get to a microphone, and everybody can get a camera in their face.
Right.
So at that point, does that make you a rapper? I guess in Philly, yes, it does. Putting in the work and all that stuff, that's behind the scenes. People don't usually show that. So it's hard weaving through the traffic in Philly, trying to get people to understand I'm serious about my craft. I'm serious about what I'm doing. I really want to do this interview. You know what I mean? And it's like you gotta weave through it, because again, when we just take for example me reaching out to you. When I reached out to you, you probably were like, well, I don't necessarily know him. Right. He has a profile I'm looking through, but you can't get a feel for me. But luckily we connected, and then we were able to do this interview. So and then you got a genuine vibe. You know what I mean? But you never know in Philly with all these rappers.
You never know.
Mm-hmm. Not enough singers though. We need more male singers. Like, I'll be looking for people like, yo, you sing?
I got one in the basement for you.
Okay, good. Yeah, good. A plug. I need that. Yeah. I seen an old man at the gas station. He said, I sing. I said, give me your number, old man. Because I need somebody to come sing on this record for me, so, yeah.
No, I definitely get you. For the young kids wanting to do what you're doing, what would be some advice for them if they want to start their own record label? That's not really heard of.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
or even be a rapper in Philadelphia.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, I'll start with that. Yeah, to be a rapper in Philadelphia for the young kids, for the youth, I would say this. Remember that whatever you write, you have to stand on. You have to stand on your word. You have to stand on what you say. If you don't stand on what you say, then people will be able to pick at your character and say things about you that you don't feel is true, but in their eyes, they see it as being true. So if you're going to be a rapper, you need to make sure when you putting that pen to that pad that you mean every single word that you say, and that you telling the truth as much as possible. We artists, we have an imagination. We're able to express ourselves in ways, yes, but you have to be true in what you're saying, because any Joe Smoke can walk up to you and call you out on your words. They could say that because you're an unsigned artist. You're not anybody that they feel as though they have to respect. When you step out on the stage, you have to give your best. Perform the best way you know how. Let them see you. Because if they see somebody fake, they can easily boo you and just tell you get off the stage. You know what I'm saying? So stand on your words. Be you. Be true to yourself. And be an artist. Paint that picture. That's what I say.
Okay, before I let you go, I want you to tell them about your new single.
Okay.
I want you to tell them about where they can find your content, your mixtapes, your albums, and everything.
Okay. Yeah, so my new single right now is out, official single. My first single that I'm truly running with and pushing is called Run Up a Bag. It's featuring my brother Nice. It's available on all streaming platforms, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, Google Play, all of the things that everybody has on their cell phones. Any of my freestyles and things like that are available on my SoundCloud under AfterCash Records. Please subscribe. I need more subscribers. I need more support in any way, any shape, form, or fashion. I'm taking that support. My Instagram handle is Coreyockk, Coreyockk. I don't have a private page. Y'all can follow me. Enjoy the content. Also, for Run Up a Bag, my new single, I dropped the official video with the single. It's out now on my YouTube page under AfterCash Records. You'll find all of my videos. Run up them streams, run up them numbers. It's all there.
Yes.
610 Delaware County.
215.
215/215 AfterCash Records, Jack.
Yeah, Worthy
Lifestyle. You know how we rockin'. Make sure y'all download that app. Please download that app. Yes. It's amazing. It's gonna be amazing. And this is the start to something big. It's the start to something big.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.